Good evening. As people around the world continue to protest the treatment of Black Americans, it's obvious the revolution is now. For Coco Hollywood, I'm Margot Span. Thanks for joining us on this special edition of Coco Hollywood Live. We're talking racism and colorism. Now, colorism is the notion that European features, lighter skin, straighter hair are more valuable rather than those with darker skin, wider noses, and kinky hair. Now, I want to start tonight's conversation with a video that went viral. It's this really interesting video with this girl talking to her parents about some of their racist views. Now, this girl's private conversation highlights exactly how some of those prejudices make it into your everyday life.
Do you know how many
I actually, no, shut up.
No.
Can you shut your mouth for a minute?
No.
Because I actually work in the ghetto. I see the people.
Do you know why they're in that
physically go and I
position?
see these people.
Do you understand the systematic
They
and
get all
historical
kinds
reason
of
for why they're in
chances
that
and
position?
They don't care. All they want to do is be ghetto.
No.
Yes, there's
No.
some that don't, and there's good people. and then
No.
there's most of them just want to suck off the system or do something bad like drugs or gangs. And that's all they
They
care
have
about.
been oppressed. They have
It
not been
doesn't
given
matter.
the
They
same
get the
opportunities
chances.
you have
Yes,
had.
they do, and there's plenty of black
No,
people.
they
There's
don't,
plenty of-
Dad.
there's plenty of
And you not
minorities.
recognizing that as an issue is the reason why it's still continuing today.
I see them all over. There's all kinds of successful people that are of color. It doesn't matter what color, brown, white.
But it's a
orange,
lot harder for
yellow.
them to get to that
It doesn't
position.
matter. When they do, they're fine. But there's always filthy animals. And that
You're
is-
calling people of color black
No.
animals. You're calling them animals.
I'm talking. You didn't let
Are
me
you
finish.
kidding me?
You didn't let me finish.
That's not
I'm
okay.
talking about the
No
trigger
matter
parts,
what,
too.
that's not okay. No matter what, it's
It
not
is
okay.
okay.
Racism is not okay. Why do you think that racism is okay?
It's like, oh, that's mine.
Really, I'm gonna look at.
mine.
No, I'm looking at
That's
statistics
my
right
medal. I
now.
gotta get a necklace.
Your statistics can be warped. Statistics can be warped. You want me to show you videos?
Why are my?
Do you want me to show you videos of cops? I will do
why
it.
is statistics wrong?
Because they can be warped. I'm not giving statistics right now. They can be warped. Personal experiences can't.
No, because this is actually putting it into play. When you
Wearing it?
Do I need to show you a bunch of videos of cops attacking
That's your
protesters,
problem.
peaceful
All you do
protesters?
is watch that
listen
shit.
to this. This is the number.
You mean I'm informed and educated?
You're not though. You're,
Yes, I
You're
am.
one-sided in form.
Mom, I was watching political stuff and you said to turn that off because you don't want to hear about it.
Because
That
I'm
means that
sick
I
of
am
hearing it.
educated on
I'm
it and
sick
you
of
are not.
hearing it. I'm sick of hearing it.
The fact that you can have that ignorance,
Really,
ignorance for the majority is bliss.
Okay, so-
Ignorance for the minority
So I'm
is
looking at statistics
destruction.
that are wrong. This is just pure wrong information out there.
Just give me the statistic.
In 2017, 457 white people were shot to death by the police in the United States.
Okay.
223 were black.
76% of the population is white. 13% is black.
I
If
get that.
If they were being killed at the exact same rate by police officers, the rate of black people being killed would be 8.9. But it's not. It's 24%. The rate of white people being killed should be about where it is. So they're being killed at a higher rate. There is more white people, meaning that the amount of people killed by cops who are white would be higher.
Now, that conversation is just a glimpse of what we're up against. Remember, she said statistics can be warped, but personal experiences are real. That actually brings us to our first interview. And that's exactly what we're talking about with actress Gigi Pink and talent manager Felicia Dillion.
With the revolution going on, the entertainment is directly related because people have to see us in a positive light, in a funny light. They have to see us as doctors and lawyers and as professionals. They need to respect us, because when we show up hair and makeup ready, that is not your time to play Barbie. That's not your time to do that. And that is something SAG and AFTRA have to get a hold on with the union. I've worked with a friend, and it was for a commercial. Honey, she looked good. She showed up looking good because we already know. We don't want no smoke. So we're already showing up hair, makeup, wardrobe ready. Meanwhile, Susan and Karen show up like they just rolled out of bed. No makeup on or makeup jacked up, but they want to harass the African-American women. So I don't know what's going on with that, if it's jealousy, if they just want us to have a hard day, but it's something with that. And, I learned to do my own makeup because of that.
As a beautiful chocolate woman, you have been cast in a lot of very exciting roles. I remember one video you did with Lil Wayne. Like, kind of talk about some of the things that you encounter on set as far as making sure your hair and everything is on point, because I understand it's not always easy for us ladies of color.
When I started modeling, my father came to me laughing and he said, why whenever they have a chocolate girl, they look like a bush baby? And what he meant by that was, whenever there's a chocolate chick in the media, and not, period, but 9 times out of 10, we're not attractive, or they're ghetto. It's always a stigma to us. And I'm like, I don't really have an answer for that. But he was asking me to, like, okay, are you sure this is what you want to do? Because you're going to be, fighting. And it's so real. Honey, they have you looking pasty. I'm chocolate. You don't put dark stuff around me. It's things, they're not trained to work on Black skin. And that is a major problem. And I do want to share this story about my friend. We were booked on a commercial. So this is a big deal, because on commercials, you have a chance to get upgraded. You don't have to say a word. And that's something a lot of people don't know. They're thinking, oh, you're not saying anything, you're not getting paid. Baby, that money is long. You don't have to say anything. If you want to be famous, that's you. Don't worry about people who are content showing up, getting their check. So we go to a commercial ready, because that is your prime time to get upgraded, just for being seen. So she's looking good. Makeup comes around, skips me, goes to her. So she goes to get her makeup done. She comes back. She doesn't even get a chance to say anything to me, because I start busting out laughing. She looked crazy. She's chocolate like me, had like bright pink lips. It was dark all around her eyes. She looked crazy, and she looked fabulous, as is. So that stuff is really, that causes PTSD, because in the future, even though it didn't happen to me, and it happened to her, but it's like it happened to me. Now we're showing up to set, even though we just spent an hour doing our makeup, we're like, oh my God, are they going to harass me today? Or are they going to say something wrong with my makeup just so they can play on my face and have a portfolio? Like, that's a really big problem that I don't know if all races go through, because I'm not all races, I'm Black. And, other races don't really disclose that information with me, but within the Black community, that is a big problem.
I see you are joined by another beautiful Black chocolate lady, and I understand
Yes.
you're manager. So tell me who we're speaking to now, Gigi.
Yes, this is my manager, Felicia, and we started off working together, and we would get booked together, and it was naturally for us to bubble together, because she's bubbly, I'm bubbly, she's chocolate, I'm chocolate, and like they really like casting us. Oh, 18 to look younger. So, and I forgot to mention that earlier, I still book as a college person, a high school person. So the entertainment industry is definitely endless, if you keep your youthful appearance. So yeah, this is my manager now. She chose to leave the industry, and I don't blame her. She supports me fully and just, sends me her energy, and we're just going to keep going.
Do you want to share your decision to leave the business? Do you want to share that?
Yeah, like Gigi, I had a lot of, diversity issues. I worked shows like Glee and Greek, and I was literally the only Black cheerleader, the only Black sorority girl, or maybe there was one more.
But they were lighter.
They were lighter. They were not chocolate like me. And I would always be in trouble because, oh, we got to get another hairstylist to do her hair. Oh, her makeup. We don't have a palette for her. Like, I was always in trouble for something I had no control over. I decided, I wanted to gain a little weight. That was an issue. You're not as skinny as other girls that were, Caucasian. They were very thin. And it always felt like you want me here so bad, but when I'm here, like, there's an issue.
Yeah.
You're fine the way you are. I'm like, I'm not fine the way I am. I need to touch up too. Hello.
Yes, that's like a major thing. So I don't know if they really genuinely think that we look good or if they're just being funny. Because it has been plenty of times where I had the same experience. It's like, you don't see the shine? You're
Right.
not going to come make sure I look good too. Like, what's happening? What's up? That's a very real thing. Oh, you look fine, do I?
So how is it that we can change this? Because that's 100% not fair. I mean, if you're requesting my presence on set, you should make sure that I look just as good as, the other background or lead actors that I'm standing next to. So what do you guys think? Like, as ladies who are, actresses all the time, what are some suggestions that you think we can do to kind of fix this?
Yeah, for me, she helped me so much on set. She's like, you need to stand up for yourself. You're such a sweetheart, and you just laugh it off and let it roll off your shoulders and on to the next, but you need to stand up for yourself. And then me and Gigi, we got a very featured role on a show called Rizzoli and Owls. We got there and, we're expecting, we're characters today. We're not background today. We're going to have hair. We're going to have makeup. We get there and they're like, we need you on set. Yeah, so we thought, right? They're like, we need you on set in 5 minutes. And we're like, on set or in hair and makeup?
Right.
So Gigi was like, girl, and I was like, I'm going to put my big girl panties on. I was like, I need about 30 minutes to do my makeup. So if you guys have something else to shoot in the meantime or set our lighting, because we're chocolate and we need special lighting, then, that's what you got to do. We need 30 minutes or we can just go home and you guys can find someone else, but we will get paid for today.
Yeah.
And they were like,
okay.
Wow.
And I had to school them on lighting. And I recall, was it Beyonce? Someone had said Beyonce did the same thing on something like, you don't put that pasty ass blue light on us. Like, we're already chocolate and gorgeous, by the way, but orange, red, yellow,
earth
tones, like sun tones, like, vibrant. So I'm thinking like, y'all went to school for this, right? You went to school for lighting, or did you not? Like, what is going on? It's the strangest thing.
I 100% agree with you because the light that I'm using right now is a white light because dark-skinned people, we absorb light. So you have to have light on your face. Otherwise, it will just blur out in the background. So I totally understand exactly what you mean.
Now, did you go to school to learn that?
I actually did go to school to be a photographer. So
my thing is, did they skip that lesson or what? That's the problem. It's like, okay, if you went to school for it, where's the disconnect? Why are you guys doing this? So the solution to this is what we're doing. We need to talk about it. And once things get pretty much back to normal, we will do our due diligence to make a difference with our union as well. Because even though she's not, in front of the camera anymore, she still has her agency. So she still has clients to fight for, and we still have a long way to go to make a difference.
I think like all you actresses out there, whether you're Black, Latina, or Asian, You know, just stand up for yourself. You will be surprised at how, you know, respectful directors will be when you're like, you know what, no, this is not right. I forgot to mention this. I was told by a huge director, I'm not going to say his name.
The Project X?
Yes, Project X. He's like, yeah, you're going to take off your shirt and be the Indian girl. I was like, are you asking me or telling me? Just stand up for yourself. Like, no, I'm not doing that. And I'm going home with pay because you're asking me to be unreasonable.
Right.
Like, you're
exactly.
tripping, you know? So
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Get your money. A lot of people, like, I'll just give an example like this. In even the early 2000s, the base pay for music videos was $500 to $1,500. That was the base pay. Now the base pay these days is free. You know, it's
free with nudity.
Free with nudity. It's too many people doing stuff for free, and I don't understand that. It literally gets you nowhere, and it helps. I mean, it hurts everyone. When you do stuff for free, it hurts everyone. These people have long money. It's almost like some kind of weird ritual to see who they can get to do the most for free. People have to stop doing that. It's like equivalent to selling your soul.
That is crazy that they want nudity for the free. Never.
Yeah, anything, all kinds of stuff for the free. And there are people out here doing it. But even the smallest thing, like, for example, when they ask you to jump in a pool, that's $25 to $50.
That's a stunt.
Don't do it. Don't just do it because they asked you to do it. They're not going to do anything extra for you. Like, I think people think if I do this, they'll do that. They don't operate like that. That's like these police. We think these police are humans and that they're going to operate on a human vibration. They're not. These people don't give a flying pig's butt about you going out your way doing backflips. They don't really reward you for that. It's something wrong with them. So until we all get together and do how we did back in the day, stop doing stuff for free because it's messing the game up. And just like communities, we have to show up to local, meetings, city hall meetings. For those in entertainment, you have to show up to the union meetings. And if you can't show up to the union meetings, you need to write in and be vocal about whatever you're going through. Because if I'm the only one reporting an issue, they're not going to see it as an issue. But if 2, 3, 4 people report it, they're like, okay, now, it's something to it. Y'all got to stop this not saying stuff.
So it sounds like we are not only having a movement in this country, but it sounds like we're having a movement in Hollywood too, that we got to try to get some better rights for our Black actors. Wow. Okay.
It all goes in together. It all goes hand in hand. Everything is together. The way that we're being treated in the streets is a reflection of the programming of the media. The media does not show us in a respectful, positive way. And then I don't know what they got going on with these rappers, what kind of contract they have them under, but the lyrics in the younger generation rappers is like demonic. A lot of suicide, a lot of depression, a lot of drugs, a lot of strange things that you don't hear in other people's music. So why is it in ours? Get that out of here. We got to get serious, and parents need to get involved, especially with that music. And one thing that really bothered me, Beyonce, almost 40 years old, talking about some demon time.
Hips tick-tock when I dance. On that demon time, she might start her OnlyFans.
I don't care what it means. I don't have time to be playing with no damn demons. You don't need to be mentioned in no song. You're almost 40 years old. I don't care what it means. And stuff like that, why do we normalize stuff like that? I don't know about other people, but I've had my run-ins with some demons. It's not fun. It's not something we need to be singing and dancing to. And that's a form of programming. When you're singing and dancing to something, you're agreeing with it. You're casting a spell over your life. We have to be very mindful of what we're listening to. It's important. In the media, a lot of them know what they're doing. They're getting paid to do what they do because it goes hand in hand. It's a programming machine. Mm-hmm. Everything is together.
I agree with you. All great tips. That's part of the reason why I wanted to create Coco Hollywood Media. I wanted to be a voice for people of color. Our logo is a rainbow of melanin because I want to make sure that we are not only promoting our people, that we're talking about positive things, because there are more than enough people doing gossip news, okay? And that's probably why
Right.
Right.
in the hospital now, okay? This lady is in the hospital from doing gossip news for 30 years. So I don't want to be like Wendy Williams. I want to be a positive influence. That's why I wanted to bring on some positive Black chocolate sisters. So
Shout out to Kenya Barris. Like, he is freaking awesome. He is freaking awesome. I love what he's doing. Black as fuck is funny as fuck.
So hopefully we'll see more people like us in a position of authority.
While we're on that tip, I want to give a shout out to Chris Spencer and Flex Alexander for being so transparent with their Black love for brotherhood. We have to see that more. We're not all fighting and acting a fool and not having each other's backs. That's not the reality. However, we do need to have it more. I do think that part of the program is having a lot of us with low self-esteem. And when you have low self-esteem, you do some strange things. Yeah. You know, without even knowing, you do some strange things.
Facts.
So we really have to elevate ourselves, and it makes it so much easier to elevate each other because you don't see other people as competition or anything. You just see them as like you. So when they get something, it's like you have it literally, like you feel that joy like it's you. And that's so important. And I would love to see more of that. And I would love to see more beautiful chocolate women. And not saying anything against bald women, but I'm tired of seeing chocolate women bald. All of us ain't bald now. Y'all got to come on with that. I'm not saying we got to have the long weave and all that other stuff. That's the most. Don't take it there. I'm not saying to be that drastic or whatever, but when it's a chocolate woman, you know, we need to have a sex appeal too that's not over sexualized, you know, but we do need to be seen in that wife light because we are, whether organic originators. Everybody trying to, you know, be us. And here's my thing too with culture vultures. And culture vultures, for those who don't know what they are, it's like the Kardashians. Y'all like black, you like black style, you want everything about the black culture, then give us a shout out. That's my problem with that. I don't have a problem with you doing all that. I don't even have a problem with other races wearing braids, any of that. That stuff is silly. But I do have a problem when you don't say, wow, black women are really beautiful.
Or give
wow, black
credit.
Women have unique style.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, black women are swagalicious. Something, give us some acknowledgement because I noticed you say I'm black, but you don't have a lot of black female friends. You jealous and you envious. You want to copy us. You want to watch us from afar, watching our every move, our body language and all that. But you don't want to just give us a shout out. We don't need it then. You know, so that's really, I wanted to mention that because I've been seeing a lot of comments on boards. Well, black women got a problem with this. No, they don't. Black women could care less. But the thing is, if you're going to do it, you're going to respect us and give us an acknowledgement. And if you don't, then yeah, we're going to have a problem with it because that's not right. You want to jock our style? Okay, well, say something. Give a compliment publicly, something. And even with Kim, my problem with her with the lawyer, she didn't even want to acknowledge all the black staff that was already in motion to getting other blacks out of jail. You hopped on their bandwagon. Give them a shout out off the rip. They shouldn't have to come out later, or other people shouldn't have to, you know, find them and give them their acknowledgement. You do it right off the bat. Stop coming into our world. Don't even do anything for us if it's not genuine and if you're not going to give the proper people credit off the rip.
And on that note, amen. I thank you both for joining us here on Coco Hollywood Live.
Thank you for having us.
Now I want to reiterate one thing that those ladies said, because it's the same thing that they tell you at the airport. If you see something, say something. That goes for all of my black brothers and sisters, my people of color, our white allies, whatever you call yourself. It's going to take all of us. So if you see something, please, please say something. Now, I'd like to end tonight's Coco Hollywood special report with a very, very poignant spoken word piece by Ashley Kinnard.
I am so tired. I feel the words slip through my tongue as I hear about another story, another life taken so young. My heart yearns for Tyreek Hudson, graduated early on the road to success, yet he feared for his life, unsure of what would happen next. He pleaded to the courts, begging for their protection. But the judge saw no pattern and only said, make a better connection. Only after he was gunned down for a crime he did not commit did the courts realize Glenn Burney's had a pattern he omit. His wife left him years before. She was lucky, got an order of protection, was able to prove the pattern more. No judge asked her to make a better connection. I can't go jogging without being suspicious, worried about vigilantes taking it in their own hand. Cause that robbery story seemed a bit fictitious. I am Ahmaud Arbery. I can't live more than 7 years old without a bullet taking my breath. With a no-knock warrant on the couch, I rest, even though the informant told them kids live here. I didn't make it past my 7th year. I am Ayanna Jones. I can't exist in my home and slumber in peace. Y'all look for a man who's not even known of this lease. Ironically, the man you searched for was already in custody. Why wasn't the investigation done a bit more? Wrong address, wrong man. There should have been a better plan. I am Breonna Taylor. I can't sleep in my apartment without someone claiming I broke in. Whole time Officer Geyer hadn't known where she'd been. I am Botham Jean. I am so tired of not being able to exist. My beautiful black brothers and sisters who are now just a name on a list. I can't praise Jesus in my own church. I can't walk home with only but a pack of Skittles in my pocket. God forbid my car breaks down or even becomes disabled. I can't play cops or robbers with a fake toy or leave a party with a hairbrush, let alone ask for help. I am the angry black woman and I hold that title proud. I am sick of my brothers and sisters dying, and y'all only hear me when I'm loud. So hear me, I am tired of hashtagging another name to the same old story. I am screaming no justice, no peace, because my beautiful black lives seem to cease, even though I'm screaming hands up, don't shoot. Video evidence ain't even enough to prosecute. So on my last breath, I beg for air. Your knee glued to my neck, you don't even care. I can't breathe, but it ain't enough for you to show mercy. All this for a forged $20 that wasn't even proven yet. Forgery or murder, it's the same in your eyes, because you saw him as a threat. I can't breathe. The last words he cried as he took his last breath, begging for his mama, as the world watched his untimely death. The only weapon in his hand was the skin on his back. At the end of the day, all I am is just black.
Now, I'm confident that it's young people like Ashley and allies like Haley that are going to make the difference in all of this. I honestly believe what Martin Luther King said, that injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. So we all need to take this seriously, and we all need to get on board with creating a solution for this. Now, I want to thank Gigi as well as Felicia for joining us and for sharing their personal experiences. Remember, statistics can be warped, but personal experiences are real. Now, as always, I want to thank you for joining us on this special report. We'll see you back here on Monday, right here on Facebook, for another episode of Coco Hollywood Live.